It's Adventure Cycling's 40th anniversary, and we brought cyclists in from all over the world to celebrate with us our 40-year history. We started in 1976 with a big bike ride across the country, and it came right through Missoula and used this very corridor back in 76, and to this day our Trans-America Bicycle Trail and our Lewis and Clark Bicycle Trail follow this corridor. So we're here today with the community and a huge committee of people that brought together these trail rides in honor of the Montana Bicycle Celebration to celebrate the grand opening of the Missoula to Lolo section of the Bitterroot Trail.
Now tell me, as someone with adventure cycling, obviously you're on your bike all the time, what does this trail mean to you?
Well, this trail has been a huge benefit to those people traveling, for us and with us, adventure cyclists. But it's also, to me personally, and to, I think, a lot of the people that bicycle between these communities, it's a huge benefit because we now have a really safe way to travel from Missoula all the way to Hamilton. And that last connection between Lolo and Missoula, it was the worst. It was one of the worst parts, worst roads I've ever traveled by bicycle. It was not fun.
Well, I do know that there have been several terrible accidents.
Yeah, and that was really one of the catalysts to get people moving towards building these trails. Was a young woman got hit and killed 30 years ago, or hit and paralyzed, and other people have been killed on the road. And so without sidewalks through Lolo and things in those days, there just wasn't any way for people to get around by bike or foot, and now there is. And it's going to be a huge benefit for people who want to bicycle to work from Lolo or want to recreate from wherever they might come from. It's going to bring tourists in from all over the world because this is now a bicycle destination, the Bitterroot Valley.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. In a purely commercial sense, I would think that the merchants in Missoula and Hamilton and Stevensville and throughout this area would want to put flowers along the way, you know what I mean?
Well, a bunch of volunteers went out last weekend and cleaned up all the trash for this event. I mean, the people that have come together around this event, it's phenomenal. I have to give it to Destination Missoula and the city parks, county parks and trails, City of Missoula, all the communities down in Bitterroot, Stevensville, Hamilton, Florence, Lolo. We just all came together, and now we have a trail name, we have a trail website, we have destination marketing right here around the Bitterroot Trail. It's fantastic, and it wouldn't have happened without the Montana Bicycle Celebration. We had a deadline, we had to get the trail done, and we had a reason to come together as communities and kind of figure it out.
Deadlines are a good thing.
Yeah, and I have to say, the state parks, wow, what a great place to celebrate, right? Right here. If your listeners have never been to Traveler's Rest, come. It's beautiful here. You've got everything you could ever want. And so we're really fortunate to live in such a beautiful place with such great partners.
Ethel, now you are all dressed up in your riding gear.
Right.
And so tell me what this celebration means to you today.
Well, I'm a Missoula resident, and I worked on this trail with a lot of other people for a long, long time, and wondered if it would ever, in my biking lifetime, be open. And so I'm ready to get teared up about it.
So how long have you been riding?
I've been riding for transportation for 40 years probably in Missoula. And then I started bike touring in 2002, mostly in Europe, some in the U.S. I love adventure cycling maps for that. And I am so happy this trail is open.
You bet. Now, may I ask a sensitive question?
Oh, yes. How old am I?
How old are you?
78.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We can all be inspired, I think. Tell me what you're doing with all the horses and the bicycles.
Well, we're having fun, of course, with a capital F, and we're going to be. I'm portraying Meriwether Lewis today, and Meriwether is happy to note another well-defined trail blazed through the Rocky Mountains that we're going to be following, and I will be, as Meriwether, duly reporting this to President Jefferson. We're going to be exploring this new trail, and I had to find 9 9 volunteers and 5 Indian guides, as I had 210 years ago this month as we left Travelers Rest. And I'm happy to report that I have had many people turn out as volunteers. And except Reuben Fields is missing his name tag, Private Reuben Fields. Otherwise, everything is ready to go. We have 15 riders, their bicycles as horses, with cardboard from Costco and lichen from the woods. It didn't cost much money to make these.
Why are you here specifically today?
Well, I've been riding my bike between Hamilton and Missoula for 20-some years. In fact, I don't even know how long ago, but when my son and his friends were 11 and 12, they're in their mid-20s now, we used to ride up to Missoula and have ice cream, and it was a big day. And him and his friend were invited to a Montana Department of Transportation event talking about a bike path connecting Missoula and Lolo. So today I'm out honoring a project that's been going since my kids were little.
Have you been watching the construction?
I have, and riding on every part of it for the last year.
So what do you think of the actual trail itself?
I love it. We ride it regularly. It's part of a regular Sunday loop that we do down in the Bitterroot. And I would guess we ride up to Missoula and have lunch twice a month, all year round. So
for folks who don't bike, do you have any words for them?
Go to a good bike shop, get a decent bike, and have it fit for you. But your local bike shops will really do well by you.
And of course, there are lots of different kinds, right?
Lots of different kinds.
All right, so whether you're doing trails or...
Whatever it is you think you want to do, those guys at your local bike shop will set you up.